All right, testing 1, 2, just checking to see if you can hear me and see me okay. Please let me know if you can. Happy Monday, Monday Guitar Motivation, here we are. And today we're going to be talking about a riff from a Lenny Kravitz tune. Hey Rasta, hey Tom is here from Norway. How you doing, buddy? Very nice. All right, so we'll just keep going here. We got a lot of people showing up. So today, again, welcome to Monday Guitar Motivation. We're going to be breaking down a riff from a Lenny Kravitz song called Are You Gonna Go My Way? Hey Doug, hey Colby, Ryan is here, Freddie is here, just trying to look here, Tom is here, hello Tom, Mohammed is here, Jack is here, Linus is here, Ro is here, how you doing? Bucket, Bucket is here, how you doing, Bucket? Mike is here. Jersey is here. Very nice. Memphis. Gary. Arno is here. Very cool. Bo is here. All right. We got all kinds of people. We're already looking at a couple hundred people. So thank you, everybody. Thank you. Samantha's here. How you doing? Thank you. Tim is here. All right. So what we're going to do today is I thought this would be kind of a fun riff if you've never played this before. It's a Lenny Kravitz song called Are You Gonna Go My Way? And basically what it does is it's mostly pentatonic, but it utilizes bending, pull-offs, different kinds of things like that. So it's kind of a cool little riff. So let me switch over to this. What we're going to be doing here is we're going to be in E minor pentatonic. And we're going to do this kind of thing happening there. So what we're doing is we're going to go to the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and we're going to bend that up a whole step or thereabouts. We're going to bring it back down. We're going to do a pull-off. And then we're going to go down to the 4th string. So a pretty typical kind of bluesy thing happening there. Now, it is possible to bend that as well by pulling the string, if you'd rather do that, as opposed to pushing it upward. Now you'll notice that I'm bending with my middle finger versus my 1st finger, and the only reason is because down here on the 2nd fret, it's easier for me to bend if I use 2 fingers to press that up in the air. You might not need to do that, but that just feels a little more comfortable for me when I'm doing this. Okay, let's see, Desmond's here, Lane is here, That Kid is here. How you doing, That Kid? Brian is here, Ronald is here, thank you so much. Dan is here from Florida, very cool. All right, Greg is here. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. This is awesome. So if you have your guitar handy, and if you don't, you can do this later. But again, I'm going to switch back over here. So we're bending that up. So you want to hear that rhythm. And then what I'm going to do is go to the 6th string. Now, instead of just hitting that 6th string, what I tend to do is give it just a little bit of a palm mute to clean it up, but that's entirely up to you. So I have... And then I'm going to go back to the 4th string and play 0, 2. Now the last thing I need to do is I need to add one more palm mute on the 6th string. And again, you don't have to palm mute. If you want to let that ring out, it just tends to get a little bit too kind of muddy and noisy for me, so I like to give it just a little bit of a palm mute. Okay, now there's one other thing we need to do is we need to add in this thing right here on the 3rd fret of the 1st and 2nd strings. We're going to add those 2 notes in, so we have this. And you'll notice I'm using my pinky for that because it's not doing anything anyway. It's available. And I'm actually doing that with an up strum because it's easier for me to be more accurate if I strum like that as opposed to strumming down. I might hit the 3rd string or something. And again, this is a personal preference. It's okay if you don't do that. But it's really fun, and it's got a really great groove to it, okay? Let me see who else is here real quick here. We got a lot of people, but I just want to check. Mad Dog is here. Brian is here. Jack is here. Good morning. Jazz is here. Jay is here. Donald. Hello, Donald. Hello, Ernest. Very cool. Chris is here. Kitty Cat Black. I don't know that I've ever seen you, but hello. Thank you for being here. Norman is here from the UK. Very cool. All right. Anyway, so that's that part. Now, if you want to keep learning this, what you can do, there's another guitar part that comes in. And it's basically the same thing that's happening down here, one octave higher. But I'm going to drop down to that note instead of going to the root. I'm just going. Where here I'm going. I'm dropping down to that E. Up here I'm just going. Now, if you have played this before, you might play it differently than me, and that's okay, all right? But there's that part up there too. So when you listen to the song, you're going to hear this. It'll go over a couple times, and then you're going to hear. Will kick in as well. So if you have a buddy that plays guitar, you can play this together. It's a lot of fun. Okay? Then what's going to happen, and this is kind of cool, we're going to shift gears. We're going to move up to the key of G. And we're going to go, and we're going to do the same thing there, but now what we're going to do is we're going to bring our thumb around and play on the 6th string right there, on the G. Now you don't add that in, it's just this thing. And then there's this really weird little thing where it clicks and then it plays a note. Like that, we're going, on the 3rd string, we're going 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Okay? But again, that's, I digress. It's really not the point of the song, but what I really wanted to show you with this was this main riff here. And then this secondary thing. And then that switching where we move up to G and use that thumb. Now, if for some reason it's hard for you to use your thumb, what you could do, there's a couple things. You could go and just borrow your 1st finger, jump that up to the 6th string, and then just back down to the 4th string. You could do it that way too, and it would work just fine. Again, if you've watched enough of my videos, you know I'm always telling people the most important thing is to figure out what works best for you, not just how the artist played it, because we're all built differently. Some people's hands are bigger and some people's hands are smaller or arms are longer. You got to figure out what works best for you. So even with that initial bend, whether or not you're bending it toward the ceiling or whether or not you're going to bend it toward the floor, but the most important thing is once you've done the bend, you got to make sure, like in my case, because I have my 1st finger there, when I come back and I'm going to do that pull off, I got to get that 1st finger out of the way. And then I flick that string, just flick it with my middle finger. But I have to have this finger out of the way by the time I do that so I don't get, something like that happening. It's just there for stability for me. And again, if you don't need it, that's perfectly fine. So it all happens fairly quick. Then I usually add some vibrato. There's those 2 notes. Okay, so kind of a cool little riff that you can work on for this week. Trying to develop that. If you enjoy the song, learn the rest of the tune. When you get to the solo, learn the solo or just improvise your own solo over the top. Pentatonic works great for this sort of thing. And if I remember, most of it is in major, but he does go minor a little bit as well if you're looking at learning that. So anyway, have a great week, everybody. Take care, stay positive, keep practicing, and I'll talk to you all again, I'm sure sometime this week, if not for sure, again on Monday.